Did you know that 1 in 2 Canadians will develop cancer at some point in their lifetime, and that 1 in 4 will die from the disease? Chances are you or someone you know will be touched by cancer. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Kalli, and I'm in the Community Health and Epidemiology Department. Today, I'm talking to you about my research, which involves 3 items you've likely never heard mentioned in the same sentence before: cancer, arsenic, and toenails. But let's back up. Arsenic. Arsenic is the world's most toxic substance, and it's classified as a Group 1 carcinogen. It's found all over the Earth in the Earth's crust, where it then leaches into and contaminates the groundwater. Arsenic is tricky, though. Being tasteless and colorless, it's virtually impossible to detect without testing. Those at greatest risk for arsenic exposure are private well owners, whose water does not undergo routine testing like in municipal systems. But we're probably okay here in Atlantic Canada, right? Well, maybe not. And in fact, Atlantic Canadians report regions with arsenic levels that exceed the guidelines set in place by Health Canada and the World Health Organization. To make matters worse, more than 40% of Atlantic Canadians source their water from private wells. It may come at no surprise to hear now that Atlantic Canada reports the highest cancer rates in the entire country. So we know now that arsenic is associated with cancer, but what we don't know is the underlying mechanisms. There is evidence to suggest an important role of metabolism. So when you ingest arsenic, just like everything else, your body metabolizes it. This process produces different species or forms of arsenic, which are either, well, excreted or deposited. Arsenic's favorite deposit site, you've probably guessed it at this point, it's keratin-rich tissues like your toenails. And that's where I come in. I'm analyzing the toenail samples of Atlantic Canadians with and without cancer. In the lab, I'm creating profiles of the different species of arsenic and other heavy metals found in the samples. From here, I can see if certain profiles are associated with certain types of cancer. If I can do this, I can identify high-risk populations. But I don't just want to identify these populations. I want to be able to help them. That's why I'm also looking at lifestyle, behavioral, and environmental factors that may modify your metabolism ability. These protective and risk factors are the ones that we can make change through policy and program in real life. Altogether, this research may help us treat patients earlier through early identification, and it may prevent cancer cases from occurring in the first place. My research is the first step towards nailing a prevention and control strategy so that we can finally give cancer the big screw you we all know it deserves. And who would have thought it would come down to toenails? Thank you.